You're listening to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. NFL, NBA news, and more coming to you right now. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. So the rundown for this week, we have last week's storylines, this week in sports history, news, and NBA games of the week. Last week's major storylines. Can I just say that this off-season for the NFL has given me whiplash? I am completely, I'm actually scared to go to bed because I don't know what I'm going to wake up to. It's a total different NFL the minute you wake up. It's like the power balance changes every 2 seconds. So, Matt Ryan has been traded to the Colts. This, I think, is a really good, solid move for the Colts. Matt Ryan can be a veteran presence for another couple of years, and they can then trade. Once they get some of their draft picks up, they can draft a quarterback, and he can learn under Matt Ryan to be their starting quarterback, and to also have their presence felt. Tyreek Hill been traded to the Dolphins, and he played the Jets the entire way, which makes me so happy as a Giants fan, because I've had Jets fans say, "Oh, we're a better team now than the Giants. We're a better team now than the Giants. We've had a better offseason." No. You're the team that gets played on the way to a player getting to where they want to go. You're not the number one franchise in New York. But yeah, I think it's going to expose. I think Tyreek going to the Dolphins will expose how bad Tua is, but also expose Patrick Mahomes as well. It's gonna be really interesting. The Chiefs have definitely gotten worse this offseason, even with the signing of MVS. I cannot pronounce his full name, but the Chiefs signed the former Green Bay Packers wide receiver, MVS. I think even with that signing, I think with losing Tyreek, it's going to expose Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense a lot this year. I wouldn't automatically put them as the winner of the AFC West. I would actually be surprised if they even make it to the playoffs next year. They could even be fourth in their division. And that's saying something, because I believe that the AFC West are going to cannibalize themselves, and I reckon only maybe 2 teams from that division are going to make the playoffs. So it's just going to be a matter of who outlasts the longest. Deshaun Watson speaks for the very first time since all this began, and it doesn't satisfy anyone. Him speaking does not satisfy anyone. He didn't answer the question of why he needed 40 masseuses and what he was doing to make women feel uncomfortable enough to file a lawsuit. When you have 22 different women saying that you've done something wrong, even though it's not criminal, it's a huge black hole on them. Yeah, the whole Deshaun Watson thing it gets me going on another level that I'm not comfortable getting to. So I'm going to stop speaking about the Deshaun Watson scenario unless it's about football, because it makes me uncomfortable. As a woman, it makes me very uncomfortable. I will, however, report the fine and the suspension, but that's it. the rest of the time, if I speak about Deshaun Watson, it's about his football playing. It's not about him as a person, because it makes me feel very uncomfortable. The New York City mayor, Mayor Adams, has ended the vaccine mandate for entertainment and sports people. So Kyrie, the Yankees, and the Mets are all allowed to play at home. Another situation that makes me feel uncomfortable is the vaccine mandate scenario. Because what was the science behind letting people in the building, but having the people not be able to, the whole situation just makes me feel uncomfortable. I hate this situation because it illuminates hypocrisy in every single like sports world, in every single part of politics. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. This whole vaccine mandate, this whole political mandate makes me feel very uncomfortable. So yeah, it just makes me uncomfortable. Into an NBA storyline is Devin Booker. Oh my god, I just watched the television and Derek popped up on the TV, so that's why I said Derek Booker. It's Devin Booker. Is he the MVP? He's been absolutely balling out. He's been quietly putting it together an MVP season, even when Chris Paul's been out hurt. He's secured the Suns to the number 1 seed in the West. Is he truly the MVP? I think he is. I think he truly is. March Madness is truly mad. I'm currently watching the Villanova versus Houston game, and March Madness is truly mad. St. Peter's, a 15th seed, is in the Elite 8. I can't believe it. I literally cannot believe it. It's incredible. I love the tournament. I love it because of it's all the storylines, everything surrounding it is awesome. I truly love it. I truly love seeing kids do what they love, and that's playing basketball. They are playing basketball because they love it at this stage. They're not playing basketball because they're making money off of it or anything like that. They're truly having the time of their life playing basketball, and that's what March Madness is to me. It's college pride. It's kids playing for the opportunity just to play. You have Cinderella storylines like St. Peter's, and yeah, it makes me fun. It's just fun for me. It's fun for me to watch. This week in sports history. Oh my god, my water just went down the wrong way. Sorry about that. The Chicago Bulls. In 1998, the Chicago Bulls versus the Atlanta Hawks matchup happened at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, and it draws the largest crowd in NBA history, 62,046 people. The Bulls end up winning 89-74. This was when Jordan was going through his retirement tour of the Bulls during the Last Dance. It was that entire season was just incredible. Everything surrounding it was incredible. Yeah, there was so much drama and so many storylines. It was incredible. Yeah. Into some news, and now we've got a very condensed news segment because there's not much news out there at the moment. Like in terms of injury reports, people like, yeah, it's not very newsworthy. It's more storyline worthy. So the Panthers plan to add a QB to the QB room. So are they going to draft a QB or are they going to trade for Baker Mayfield? That's the big thing. Marcus Mariota is excited to return to his former coach Arthur Smith in the Falcons at the Atlanta Falcons. DK Metcalf plans to stay in Seattle and become a true leader. I think if Seattle have any chance of winning anything, he needs to stay in Seattle. They cannot trade DK Metcalf, especially in that division. Chris Paul returned for the Suns as they lock up the number 1 seed. They're going to have home court advantage this entire playoffs, which is awesome. I think, personally, they're the favourites. The Suns are the favourites to win the NBA title. If they don't win it this year, they're not going to win it. Because I have no idea how long Chris Paul's going to last. Ja Morant is out for 2 weeks with knee soreness. Aka resting him for the playoffs, because the Grizzlies have secured their playoff position. Miami Heat are cooling off as they're struggling, as the Celtics, 76ers and Nets are getting better, as well as the Bucks. That blow up on the bench, that was funny. Having Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra go at it, that was funny. It was just as funny to watch. The Lakers will have a losing season this year, as they will most likely be in the play-in tournament. I actually hope that they don't make it to the playoffs, and some serious changes need to happen. NBA games of the week. We've got the Hornets versus the Nets. That will be Kyrie's return to Barclays, which is going to be awesome to watch from my point of view, because I love watching Kyrie play. Kyrie is one of the most skilled players of all time. And I'm so looking forward to seeing how he goes, how the crowd reacts to Kyrie's return. The Suns versus the Warriors. We've got the 2 powerhouse West Coast teams. That could potentially be a playoff matchup. So that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports Podcast. So I'll catch you all next week. Bye.